Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this tarot card reading is for you. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider hitting the subscribe button, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that 10 of Pentacles. This is all the coins, right? This is an infinite number of coins. Everyone thinks the 10 of Pentacles is, kind of this, a finished state, a completed project. This is kind of the end result. This is the goal. This is the finish line. Yeah, it is. But this is the idea of our best life. I think you're somebody that knows what your best life is supposed to look like. You've drawn the picture of it. If you haven't, get out a sheet of paper, get out a pencil, draw a picture of your best life. I say draw it in pencil because this is not just a 10. There's no limit here. This is where we count in base 10, right? So it's 8, 9, 10, and then an infinite number. Some cultures were base 60, some are base 3, 1, 2, 3, and then there's a lot. So this is the idea of an infinitely expanding reality. Okay, there is no finished state of anything. Everything is in a constant state of creation. Okay, and so there's no limit to what we can achieve. There's no limit to how expansive, how abundant your life is going to get. Okay, so I said draw it in pencil because we might have to edit. We might even need some more sheets of paper to expand this vision. This is, there's 20 cups, there's 50, there's 100, there's 1,000 pentacles and cups. It applies to all of the tens of the tarot. It is an ever-expanding energy. We got to put this 10 of Pentacles into some context. Maybe that was a little bit of a premonition. The 10 of Cups, we'll see. We've got a Princess of Wands. We've got a 2 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is one of your superpower cards. That is the card that represents the Capricorn energy in action. Okay. We have the Star. We have a reference to the Cancer energy. We have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. We have a Queen of Wands, a Queen of Swords. A lot of court cards now, yeah? We have a 7 of Pentacles, and we have the Lust or Strength card. So we don't have a 10 of Cups, but you know what? The Knight of Pentacles is looking at the 10 of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups is looking at the 10 of Cups. So we do have a suggestion of a 10 of Cups here. So I like that. I think that this is, we're realizing that life is going to continue to grow. That we have to continue moving in some direction. We have to always have the quest. It doesn't mean we have to keep doing the same thing, working the same job forever, right, until we're sort of done and over with. But even if we were to retire, even if we achieve everything we wanted to achieve over here, it doesn't mean that the rest of our life we're going to stagnate and collect dust, We have to have something else that means something to us. We have to listen to the voice within that's telling us, okay, this is our mission now. This is what we're in service to. This is what we're trying to express to the world. Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it right here with Mr. Ed, the little horse, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you might know what this card is, put your prediction down in the comments below. Now, Let's take a look around the room. Major Arcana, where is it? Well, it's up here. It's up at the top. It's the star, which is the revelation of your destiny, the revelation of who you are and why you're here. And of course, it is power and passion and vitality. Okay. So following your star gives you the energy. The energy will rise to the occasion. Okay. I like that. Very nice. We have fire and fire. We've got the search for water here with our Knight of Cups. This is someone that believes in something, that values something, and is out there giving it to the world, and is after the exchange of life, sort of giving and receiving love and affection, putting ourselves out there in this meaningful way. We have a little bit of air energy, which is a very discerning and a very objective sort of, very maybe picky, right? A little bit of a picky energy here, but it's thought, right? It's elevated thought, elevated to the realm of our divine essence. And of course we have pentacles, 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 right? A lot of pentacles. But see, the pentacles are sort of clustered in this corner, and our water, air, fire, our other energy are kind of consolidated in that corner. Okay, earth, earth, earth. Over here we have, of course, our divine energy. We have our enthusiasm, right? And we have our pursuit of meaning, our quest, our new quest for the Holy Grail, right? And we have very good energies here today. I think a big change is coming in your life. Okay, I feel like this is kind of your sign, Let's talk about the Knight and the Ten of Pentacles. See, the Knight is always looking at the future. Yeah, that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. It's looking at the mountain. Can't really see the top, but it's kind of like it's seeing the goal. Maybe the summit of the mountain is misty. Maybe some clouds. Can't quite see it. There's some cloud cover. It's kind of, there's a fog up there. Can't really see the top, but we know it's there. That's our mountain. And this is saying, okay, that's my goal up there somewhere. This is what I have to do to get to the goal. So the Knight of Pentacles looking at the future, seeing the goal, and trying to figure out the path to get there. Understanding, okay, who do I want to be, where do I want to be, and what do I want to be doing down the road? What's my goal? How do I get there? That's it. This card's in your past. So if it were here, it'd be looking at the future, here, looking further into the future. But this is like yesterday's energy. And what it's looking at is the Ten of Pentacles. So it's kind of like the future that we were looking for, the goal that we were looking for, the summit of the mountain, maybe right here in front of us. So I feel like it's kind of, it's present now. It's no longer it's no longer something in the future. It's here in the moment. So I feel like these two cards are saying that the goal we've been after, maybe we're right here at that goal. And it's asking us the question, how much is enough? When do we have to make that shift? When do we realize that the things that we've been pursuing back here, we've achieved them to, let's say, to our satisfaction, or perhaps we're getting the impulse, right, from the star that's inspiring us to something new. I feel like we're going from this earthy, pentacles, coins sort of ambition. We're feeling an impulse to go toward this watery, intuitive, spiritual healing, quest. Yeah. This could be that we have, maybe in the physical or financial world, maybe we're realizing that the goals that we have had, the mountain that we were climbing, we say, okay, I've climbed it more or less to my satisfaction. I'm feeling a calling towards something else. I'm feeling a shift in my energy. I'm feeling like my star is trying to align me to a different purpose. Yeah. So I don't know how far up the mountain you are. I don't know if you're kind of realizing that wherever I am now, maybe that's enough. Maybe the future that I was looking for, maybe it's realizing that there is no end to this mountain. There is no summit to this mountain. See, if you look at the card, you can't see the top of the mountain. It's a vague sort of goal. And it's asking us, well, how much is enough, right? And I think that the goal that we were looking for, or the realization could be that I've climbed up that mountain far enough. I'm being called to something else. I'm being called to something that may overlap with this, right? It may kind of be part of this, but I'm being called to something that's more authentic, more meaningful, that comes from a deeper part of me. Okay? Because like I said, the Knight of Pentacles is in the past, but it's looking at the future, and so basically it's looking at today, and it's kind of saying like, maybe today is kind of the end of a particular path for you, and a major shift into a new path, a new purpose. It could be, again, it could be an overlapping path, but a new sense of direction. It's coming from your star. Okay? And sometimes the star, if we allow that light to come into us, that light is going to reveal things about who we are. It's going to show us what we're made of, show us our knots of karma, show us our buttons, show us our complexes, show us our weak spots. It's going to illuminate things inside that not all of us are really keen on seeing, you know. But once we look at it, once we allow that light to come in, phase 2 of the star card, the light starts to spill out from us. The light starts to shine into the world, and not only is it us radiating our energy, our love, and our consciousness out to the world, but it's also illuminating our path. It's creating our own yellow brick road going forward. And I think this is the process that's happening for you. I think we're realizing something about these goals that we have had, and how much climbing, how much ambition, how far we've already gone, because again, yesterday's energy was saying, okay, I've got goals and now I'm going to set out on this journey and I'm going to reach the goals. The Ten of Pentacles here might be saying that, look, you've done that. You know, you've done that, and there's something happening in your energy. This Princess of Wands is feeling an impulse that's coming, I think, coming from that star. Coming from the deepest parts of yourself, that inner voice, that true self, giving us kind of a push, like kind of trying to like grab your head and point you in a different direction. Kind of wants you to look in a different place. And so I feel like that there's a call right now to you. There's a summons that's taking you away from the goals that you once had, or perhaps, you know, adding on to this, or perhaps expanding, creating some depth here. Like I said, this is something that we draw in pencil. We may edit the goals. We may have to get some new sheets of paper because there's something new. Okay, that's the Princess of Wands, and it may feel we're sort of struggling with that a little bit because we don't know. Is this just an impulse? Am I just kind of like getting bored with the work I've been doing, and now there's something that seems more interesting? I think in this case, no. I think it's a message from your true self that's saying there's some other layer of your life that you need to focus on now. Okay, and again, we're not saying that we're abandoning this goal or this climb up the mountain, but that we have to add a new layer on top of it, perhaps. There's a big change. The Two of Pentacles, of course, is change, harmonious change. It may be a realization that, okay, I've done this one enough. This is what I really care about. I need to change my orientation. I need to change kind of what I'm looking at, or I need to change what my goals are in life generally. What I have to change a little bit about what my picture is of my best life. The more we learn about ourselves, right, the more the star illuminates us, the more we get a clear picture of what the goal really is, and it's a little bit demystified. Maybe we'll start to see a little bit of really the life that we want to create. And so we can take the eraser, we can get rid of some of these, we can add on some more pentacles, we can get some sheets of paper, stack them on top of each other, whatever we want to do. I think it is a big change coming. And now we're off in a direction that is from the heart, that we're in service to something of a spiritual nature. And it may look very similar to the path you've always been on, right? But I think it's an inner alignment that puts us in touch with that true self, higher self, God, goddess, deity, that sense of a mission or a purpose in life. And we're moving forward in pursuit of that. Okay? And it may very well be that we've concluded this and we're taking these resources and we're devoting them towards something that is more, that is kind of an additional layer on our best life. Okay? Because as it is here, this is not, there's no water energy here. This is the goals that we have, right? But where's the deeper meaning of it? So that's what we're in pursuit of now. We want to find the 10 of Cups to add on to the 10 of Pentacles. You know, it was a little bit of a Freudian slip earlier, but I think the 10 of Cups is exactly what we want. Because this is just the vessel. Without the 10 of Cups, these become empty shells. They become 10 plates, but with no food on the plate. 10 cups, but no water in the cups. So we need the 10 of Cups, and that's exactly what the Knight of Cups is looking at, the future. Going after the 10 of Cups. Maybe this is a physical, financial success, but what's going to make you happy? What's going to make you content? What's going to make you just say, I have my life that I want, and this is it. You know, the 10 of Cups, that fulfillment. See, this might be a certain kind of wealth, a certain kind of goals that we have, but it's not necessarily fulfillment. To get the fulfillment, we need the Knight of Cups. We need to go after the 10 of Cups, and that is fulfillment. I feel like that's what the energy is that you're feeling right now. Yeah. Now, on the path of the Serpent, we're going to talk about the Queen of Wands. Another reference to the 10 of Cups, too, by the way. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. The Queen of Wands doesn't like the 10 of Cups. It's kryptonite to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is ambitious. It's saying, I'm climbing this mountain because this is my duty. This is what I do. I don't want fulfillment. I don't want satisfaction because guess what? It puts the fire out. It extinguishes this flame of human ambition. This is somebody that could become so ambitious that they don't care about the effects of their work. They don't care about the consequences. They don't care about the result or the goal or the outcome. They just want to be on this path. And so this is that kind of lone mountain goat that's like pushing other goats off the hill on their way up the mountain, right? And so I feel like there's this prompting from Spirit right now that's saying we need to add another layer onto things. We do want to go in pursuit of that 10 of Cups. We don't need to be in this kind of fiery ambition all the time, you know. This is an energy that does not want, like I said, does not want the 10 of Cups. Because the 10 of Cups is the fulfillment that will eliminate the need for this fiery ambition. Okay. But this is your general energy now. And to me, it's kind of, and that's why we kind of have this energy here. They're connected, right? A queen and the princess. The queen is kind of saying, okay, why are you not sticking to the task? Why are you, and maybe this is something that you've been feeling in your life, that you've been pulled in other directions. Like it's hard to stay focused on the main work that you're doing, whatever this Pentacles goal, you know, whatever that work is. Maybe you've been finding yourself kind of willingly distracted by other things that sort of are grabbing your attention. Maybe it's been harder to focus on that particular work. And the Queen of Wands is saying to the princess, what are you doing? Get back to work, get back on task. But it's kind of like you're getting a little bit, I don't know if bored is the word, but you're getting a little bit, not so enthusiastic about that path. And so it's obvious that the Princess of Wands is like looking for something more, looking for something else. And of course the Queen doesn't like that. The Queen says, get back to work. You know, don't look for happiness. Happiness is kryptonite. Satisfaction is kryptonite. So we have to sort of listen to that Queen of Wands. Now we don't want, or we have to listen to the Princess of Wands, I guess. But we don't want this to be erratic or reckless behavior, where something's going on in us, so we just start kind of, we start engaging in some inconsiderate or reckless behavior, and we get ourselves in trouble, you know. So we do have to listen to the Queen of Wands a little bit, and we have to understand where this is coming from, why we feel this. Okay, and what is the message that it's trying to tell us? What is the voice from Spirit? Right. And I think that attempt is our Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords in the environment here is us trying to get a third party kind of perspective. In other words, because this card is the card of objectivity, it's the card of seeing the bigger picture, taking a step back and looking at it, and it's in the position of your environment, position of your relationships. It's almost asking, like, if your friend came to you and we're showing you these cards, what would you tell them? Because we know what the Queen of Wands is saying, oh, you're being distracted by some nonsense, get back to work, right? The Queen of Wands, because, again, the Queen of Wands wants to be here climbing that mountain. But then the princess is here getting distracted, getting is starting to get interested in other things, basically, right? And so it's easy to look at that and say, okay, well, we've got to get rid of the Princess of Wands energy and just keep going toward our goal and everything's going to be fine. But the Queen of Swords is taking a different look at things and thinking, okay, if my friend brought this energy to me and asked me what I thought of it, what would I tell them? Okay, well, I would look at this and I'd say, well, there must be a reason why you're feeling kind of pulled in these different directions. There must be a reason why there's less interest in the work that you've been doing and more desire to experiment, more desire to find a passion or find like something that's going to captivate you more, you know? There must be a reason why the Princess of Wands is activated right now. So we don't just, as the Queen of Wands would, just dismiss it. Right? The Queen of Swords is saying, well, what's the message? What is it trying to tell you? You know, what does that mean to you? What is that revealing? The fact that the Princess of Wands is here, what is that revealing to you about the nature of your path right now? That maybe it's been too one-dimensional, too limited, that there's something else that your soul is trying to express. We need to add on. We need to go deeper or add layers on, you know, to our current trajectory, our current path. We're trying to build our best life. But that, I don't know, I don't want to call it anxiety, but it's a restlessness. It's a desire for something else, for something new, for something that's gonna grip us and captivate us. What is your star trying to tell you? Well, I think that we need to pursue something that's going to have a deeper sense of fulfillment here. There's a reason why the Princess of Wands is activated. Okay. Of course, the fear is failure. There's always a fear of failure. Okay. And that's one reason why the Queen of Wands, does not like the Ten of Cups, because it would extinguish the fire. If I don't have the fire, I can't keep building my life, and I'm going to fail at what I'm doing, right? So it's this energy that keeps us always in this striving mode. The Queen of Wands is always fired up because nothing is ever enough. This is something that grew but didn't grow tall enough. This is something, you got the paycheck but it wasn't big enough. You know, I got the house but it wasn't big enough. You know, I filled up the bank account but there's not enough in there. I got to keep going. So the fear is that if we're not moving forward, we're moving backward. If we're not continuing to bring in more resources, then we are sort of losing ground, we're losing the race, and other people are passing us up. So there's that fear of failure, sure. But what does failure really mean? What are we comparing ourselves to? You know? And so that's, again, a reference back to our Ten of Pentacles, because we could be climbing up this mountain and we don't know where it ends. And if nobody knows where it ends, nobody knows what the kind of the goal really is, then we're looking around and everybody's still going. Well, it's like, well, I better keep going too. And then even though maybe we're feeling like, okay, there's something wrong here, I need to do something else, or I need to go in a different direction, or maybe I don't really care as much about this as I thought, but there's my neighbor running up the hill. I better start moving faster. Right? I think secretly the Queen of Wands desperately wants the Ten of Cups. Wants to be able to just say, I'm content. I'm happy. I love what I have in my life. Right? I think there's this fear that then we're going to, we're not going to have any power. We're not going to have any confidence. We're going to just be passive, and we're not going to have any ambition, and we're not going to strive, and we're not going to have goals. No, of course we will. In this life, we're always going to have goals. And that the goal of the Knight of Cups is different than the goal of the Knight of Pentacles, but we still have a goal. We still have something we're striving for. But we're not so concerned with, we're not really concerned with any metric of success other than our own feeling. We have to be the judge of whether we're succeeding or failing. We have to be the judge of, are we content, or do I need more? Why do I need more? What is my star telling us? The only authority that we're sort of recognizing is our own spirit and soul, our own star, our own true self. Okay, and I think the message is that there are different goals in your life now. You can still have these goals too, but we need something that has more feeling to it, and not this kind of quantitative goal or quantitative assignment, Something that perhaps is a little bit more creative, a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more heartfelt, a little bit more passionate. This is the card of courage, for one thing. It's the courage to say, I've got my goals, I've got my own standards, I've got my own metrics for success, and this is how I need to build my life. I need to realize what's important to me, and I need to make that the picture of my best life. And it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to live life by your own sort of spiritual essence. It takes courage to follow your own star. Okay? But doing so will bring so much more excitement, so much more passion. And maybe that's it. Maybe we're just looking for a path or some goals or a route to the goal that has more passion to it, that makes us feel more alive. Maybe this is a retirement. It very well could be. It could be that we have literally reached kind of the goal that we've set out for ourselves. We've hit the number. Okay, now what? Now your spirit's getting restless. Now what are you pursuing? You got more life left in you. What are you pursuing now? What is your path with heart, right? What is your spiritual goal now? So I think either way, we're reaching that point where we're making this big change from this to what's coming next. I want to look at the mystery card. Oh, if that's the Ten of Cups, right? It might be, but it could be other things too. It could be more fire. It could be perhaps a Six of Wands. It could be more pentacles. Could be, I don't know. I want it to be water of some kind. If you have an idea, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh my gosh, yes. It's the Ten of Cups. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And so this is kind of now we have this goal and we have this goal. Now, whether these are overlapping or whether this was like, okay, this was my career, I'm done with that. Now I can follow my heart. Now I can follow my passion. Now I can do all those things that I've been wanting to do. Because again, your soul is getting restless, right? Your soul is getting restless. We've been doing this. The soul is saying, come on, I want to do something like this. Okay? And maybe all of this combined is the same as saying, I'm following my star, I'm living a courageous life filled with passion and vitality and robustness. I don't have a fear of failure. I don't have a kind of obsessive need for ambition or achievement. That everything in my life feels harmonious. It doesn't feel like there's a need for anything to be any different than this. And I'm able to sort of have that dialogue with my true self. I think this is what we're going for, and this is this. It's absolutely stunning. Ten of Cups there. Let's do an extended reading as well. I'll try to put these things back where they were. We're going to do a hexagram from the Jing. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Capricorn, usually Thursdays and Sundays. Okay, be sure to watch both of those readings. Set your alarm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.